there's drama in La La Land, and LeBron is at it again, man. Head coach comes in, head coach goes out. We've seen this before. Frank Vogel, Los Angeles Lakers, already agreeing to split at year's end. It depends how you look at it with the LeBron situation. Like, you think of all the greats that have played the game of basketball. Michael Jordan had Phil Jackson. Kobe and Shaq had Phil Jackson. Magic had Pat Riley. Larry Bird had some pretty decent coaches out in Boston. Casey Jones, pretty good one. You got LeBron, and who's the greatest head coach that's really coached for him? Now, by the time his career is done, we're going to say Eric Spoelstra. Absolutely. But when Eric Spoelstra coached him, Eric Spoelstra wasn't Eric Spoelstra yet. He was the guy behind Pat Riley, essentially. And then he became the guy in front of Pat Riley, and Pat Riley was kind of doing this behind him. Yeah. But LeBron and head coaches has never been a good mesh. And here we are again, a team that, let's not mince words here, LeBron put together. And shocker, because this happens every time, it's not working. So Vogel getting the boot.
Yeah, the only thing I guess I'd push back on is, as far as Eric Spoelstra, like when Phil Jackson was coaching the Bulls the first time, like he wasn't Phil Jackson yet. True. But Eric Spoelstra is a really good coach. They had that top 12 NBA coaches ever or something of all time, and I'm pretty sure he was on that list.
I think it was
that came out, a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month or two ago at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not Vogel's fault, right? Whatever's happened with Los Angeles, you gave him always injured Anthony Davis. You gave him a Russell Westbrook who doesn't appear like he wants to take any role besides what Russell Westbrook has always taken, which is the number one man. I'm going to get my numbers. I'm going to turn the ball over. They ask him about it in the press conference. He says, I'll just turn it over again. What are you going to do about it? And then, you give him a LeBron James, who is a great teammate on the basketball court, but off the court, I can't imagine he's so endearing to, all these different players. And then the rest of the Lakers roster, like, truthfully, is just garbage. Like, Avery Bradley plays a bunch of minutes for them. Avery Bradley got cut by the Warriors before the season started. Who else do they have? Austin Reeves, who's been better than I guess you thought he would be. Mm-hmm. But other than that, they're relying on minutes, from guys like Dwight Howard, right? Or just like older stars. This is the oldest team. Yeah, Melo is literally the oldest team in NBA history. Mm-hmm. And you gave Frank Vogel this roster 2 years ago. They won a title. A lot of that was probably COVID aided, since it allowed LeBron and Anthony Davis, to rest their bodies at the end of the regular season before the bubble ramped back up. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Frank Vogel's a bad coach. I don't think any of the pitfalls with Los Angeles are really his fault. But much like with LeBron teams we've seen in the past, and really any team that has a star and they just kind of fizzle out after a while, the coach is always the one who feels like, ends up getting punished or blamed. Typically, you're not moving on from the star. You're going to move on from the coach.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. I be on the way.